to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Dudley, and I am the Comic Hero. Alright, this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And you know, 1 in every 8 women a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. Breast cancer among women is the second leading cause of cancer death, right behind skin cancer. Now, again, 1 in 8 women a year are diagnosed with breast cancer. But did you know 1 in 1,000 men a year are also diagnosed with breast cancer as well? For example, and I say this every year because it's true, Rod Roddy, legendary game show announcer, the greatest game show announcer ever. He was the announcer for The Price is Right for a little over 17 years, died of breast cancer in 2003. And, women aren't the only people that can get it, that can be diagnosed with it. Men can be too. And this is a breast cancer awareness team comic hero tee that I'm wearing. If you're watching this and you are a breast cancer survivor, I actually have some breast cancer survivors in my family. This episode is for you. If you're currently battling breast cancer, this episode is for you. If you're the family of someone who has lost their battle with breast cancer, this episode is for you also. Alright, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, last week's episode I asked true or false. Fantastic Four was Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's first creation together. Well, the correct answer is true. Now, before I draw the name, let me drop a little knowledge on y'all. Now, there have been a few misconceptions about who created what and when they debuted. Now, keep in mind, there have been the one misconception that a lot of folks always get wrong is the creation of Captain America. Now, Jack Kirby co-created Captain America with Joe Simon in 1941, and he also created other books with Joe Simon during that time, all the way through the 1950s. Challengers of the Unknown was one of them, and then the Newsboy Legion was another. Now, Stan Lee didn't really create anything until he teamed up with Jack Kirby in 61 with Fantastic Four, and they will go on to co-create other books like Thor, The Incredible Hulk, X-Men, Avengers, Iron Man, even Black Panther in an issue of Fantastic Four. Now, Stan Lee co-created Spider-Man with Steve Ditko in 1962. But the first creation that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby had together was Fantastic Four in 1961, so the correct answer is true. Alright, 6 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in the drawing for a free tee, and that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Robert Knudsen from Medford, Oregon. So congratulations, Robert, you win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is a DC question. Which DC character was born with the curse of Kordax? Now, here's a hint. This character is going to have their own movie coming out in a few months. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. So, I gotta ask. Any questions?
Questions I walk around in. Questions I've been driving. Questions I will survive in. Questions.
Alright, I only have one question for this week, and it's from April Hooks from Camden, Arkansas. She asked, besides Superman, what other comic book character do you think has a cool costume? Well, April, there are several characters that I think have had some cool costumes, and there are also several characters I think that have had some very bad costumes. If I had to pick one, there's a lot of them had cool costumes, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably have to say Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the few characters that I've known that has never really had drastic costume changes, like ever. He was created by Fabian Nicieza and Rob Liefeld in the early 90s, and ever since making his debut, he has really never changed costumes. And here's the thing, and I can speak for a lot of writers and artists that have worked on Deadpool. His costume is if it ain't broke, don't fix it costume. And I think I really think that Deadpool has the coolest costume because it's withstood the test of time. It's a timeless costume. Yeah, Deadpool. All right, that's it for any questions. If you have any questions you want to ask me, contact info is down there. And if you're watching this on an outlet of any social media, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr, go ahead and ask and answer. Now, keep in mind, it only has to be questions that are either pertaining to comics or to the show, or they can also pertain to any realm of comics. Please, no personal or tasteless questions. I will not ask and answer those on the show. Not now, not ever. Alright, now Jamie Grabowski from Warren, Ohio has requested a Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown fight, and this one features an alien going up against an alien symbiote whose host is a human being. Represent DC, we have Superman, and represent Marvel, we have Venom. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call
The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown.
Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Superman versus Venom. Superman possesses superhuman strength, superhuman endurance, hearing, and longevity, superhuman speed, superhuman agility, superhuman reflexes, heat vision, electromagnetic spectrum vision, microscopic vision, X-ray vision, telescopic vision, infrared vision, freeze breath, wind breath, invulnerability, and flight. Venom possesses superhuman strength, speed, agility, and durability, the ability to cling to most surfaces, organic webbing, limited shapeshifting and camouflage, and the symbiote's autonomous defense capabilities. Who would win? This fight would actually be good at first. The two match each other in terms of speed and strength. They would easily keep up with each other and trade blows for minutes on end. Then Superman uses heat vision on Venom and notices that Venom is an alien symbiote bonded to a human being. Superman then remembers Venom referring to himself and his host Eddie Brock as we. Superman yells at him saying, "Let him go!" The vibration of his voice temporarily stuns Venom. The latter would retaliate by webbing up Superman with an organic web. Superman would easily break free and deliver a thunderous handclap that separates the symbiote from Brock. Superman then takes off his cape and tightly wraps the symbiote in it. Brock angrily replies, "Hey! That's my symbiote! It can't survive without me!" Superman walks up to Brock, flicks him in the face with his index finger and says, "You're too dangerous. Go to sleep." Superman wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that fight. If you have fight requests for future episodes, contact info is down there. Alright, folks, it's time for Comic Week Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Alright, there are three things I'm going to talk about in this segment of Comic Week Speaking, and the first one is the movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, this movie is going to consist of every Spider-Man throughout the entire Marvel multiverse, rather. It's going to consist of Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Spider-Ham, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-Gwen, and several more. Now, you may think that that's going to be live action. No, it's not. I mean, come on. Let's face it. Marvel would end up paying like a fortune and a half for this to be live action. So therefore, it's animated. And I have a trailer to it, so take a look.
My name is Peter Parker. I'm pretty sure you know the rest. I saved the city, fell in love, then I saved the city again and again and again. Look, I'm a comic book, a cereal, I did a Christmas album, and a so-so popsicle. But this isn't about me. Not anymore.
Spider-Man, swings in once a day, zip zaps up in his little mask and answers to no one. I love you, Miles.
Yeah, I know that.
You gotta say I love you back.
Dad, are you serious?
I want to hear it.
Look at this place.
Dad, I love you.
Dad, I love you.
That's a copy.
Ladies and gentlemen,
My name is Miles Morales. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
You ever hear of the Super Collider? You're gonna love this.
Dimension opening now.
You're like me.
That's impossible.
All right, kid, listen up. This fry is your universe. It's soggy, it's weird, it's gross. And this delicious normal fry is my universe. So you want to learn to be Spider-Man?
Can you teach me?
Yes, I can. Time to swing. Good, you're doing it. Double tap to release and whip it out again.
Okay.
Whip.
And release.
You're a natural. Whip.
Hey guys,
Who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy. I'm from another dimension.
How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
Okay. We need to get back to our universes soon.
Brooklyn is gonna collapse. My family lives in Brooklyn.
Miles, what's wrong?
This was never your city. It's mine.
If I don't destroy the collider, none of us will have a home to go home to.
Remember, what makes you different
Let's go.
is what makes you Spider-Man.
Officer, I love you.
Wait, what?
That way. Other way.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
Now I'm really excited about this. I'm not now. As far as I can remember, I'm not really all that crazy about computer animated movies as I am with classic cell animation, but I'm willing to give this a shot. Although I honestly don't like the character design for Spider-Ham. And, I've been a longtime fan of Spider-Ham since he made his debut in a Marvel series called What the back in the 80s. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in theaters this December for Marvel. All right, now the second thing, and this is also Spider-Man related. A book that has been absent, a Spider-Man book that's been absent from Marvel for a little more than a decade, returns to the bookshelves this January. It is called Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The last time that this book has been in print was during the aftermath of Civil War, the first Civil War that took place in both 2006 and 2007, and also, and the last issue was part of a crossover Spider-Man crossover event entitled One More Day, where in order to save Aunt May's life, Peter Parker and Mary Jane have to sacrifice their marriage to Mephisto, in which they did, and it resulted in Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage never happening and Aunt May living. And it's going to be written by Tom Taylor with art by Juan Cabal. Now, I'm really excited about this because, I've been a diehard Spider-Man fan for a very long time. And this adds on to the number of Spider-Man related books. First, you have the flagship book, which is The Amazing Spider-Man. And then you have the Miles Morales Spider-Man book coming out later on. Then you have Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man's already in print. And then the Superior Spider-Man that's going to be drawn by my good friend Mike Hawthorne. And then you have this book. Now, I'm really excited about it. I mean, to me, I just can't get enough Spider-Man. I mean, he is my favorite hero in Marvel, just like Superman is my favorite hero in DC. And just can't wait to read it. But Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #1 comes out in January. All right, here's the last thing. Now, last weekend was Louisiana Comic Con. I was unable to go because of my job. However, I found out that Louisiana Comic Con is coming back to Lafayette in March. It will be March 16th and 17th at the Cajun Dome Convention Center. And I'm going to make every effort to go out there. One of the guests that have already been announced was Walter Jones. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it should. He played. He was the first character to play the Black Ranger on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and he's done several other TVs and projects, and so that should definitely be another great Louisiana Comic Con. And Acadiana, Lafayette, I'm coming back. I guarantee it. And it's also been rumored there hasn't really been anything set in stone about this, but Lita, a former WWE wrestler, WWE diva, is rumored to be a guest at Louisiana Comic Con in March. And I used to love seeing her in the ring. Anyway, but Louisiana Comic Con, March 16th and 17th at the Cajun Dome Convention Center in Lafayette. If I have anything to say, I will be there. Alright, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now then, let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
Alright, first up is a book that I kind of had second thoughts about buying, but I think I'm going to be all in on this one. Mr. and Mrs. X #1. Edge of Spider-Geddon #4. Suicide Squad #46. Batman #54. As Guardians of the Galaxy #2. Justice League Odyssey #1. Tony Stark Iron Man #4. Justice League #9. Green Lanterns #56. Deadpool #5. Champions #25. And finally, Batman #56. Alright, that's 12, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 8,950. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which DC character was born with the curse of Kordax? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Robert Knudsen from Medford, Oregon, who won a free tee in this week's episode. Alright, y'all, throughout the entire episode, I'm quite sure y'all are noticing this wine glass. Oh, trust me, this is rose lemonade. But in the on the wine glass it says, keep calm and fight on. If you're watching this and you're battling breast cancer, my thoughts and prayers are with you. And also I want to give you these words of encouragement. You will win. You will beat this. And if you are a breast cancer survivor just like any of the family members are that I was just talking about earlier in this episode, I applaud you. Congratulations. And if you are a family member that is of a person who lost their battle with breast cancer, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Cancer sucks. It really sucks, and it doesn't matter whether it's breast cancer, skin cancer, prostate cancer, childhood cancer, pancreatic cancer. Cancer just flat out sucks. And one day there will be a cure for every cancer, not just some now, but all cancers. Cancer will be a thing of the past. Now the count stands at 8,950. Now my math is correct. I'm only 50 away from 9,000. It's coming, folks, and I say this every week. I'm not going to get to it next week. I'm probably not going to get to it anytime within the rest of the month. It'll probably be either next month or in December. I don't buy every. I keep saying this, and it's true. I don't buy every book that comes out. I'm mainly a DC Marvel character, and I don't even buy every DC and Marvel book that comes out. What I was saying about in the comically speaking segment about Louisiana Comic Con, I will be there. I will. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. Next week, I'm going to be raising awareness of two different causes. I'm going to be raising awareness of both bullying and also pregnancy and infant loss. I personally know some women that have women and parents who have gone through that, and it sucks. I mean, you bring a child to this world, and all of a sudden, they're no longer with us, and their life hasn't even begun yet. I hate that. I really hate that. But my thoughts and prayers go out to all the parents who have to deal with that because I'll say this until I can't, but no parent should ever have to bury their child. I know that death is certain for all of us, but I believe children should outlive their parents. I don't believe parents should ever have to outlive their children. I just don't. And then episode 234, going to raise awareness of domestic violence. I personally know some both men and women who were on the receiving end of domestic violence, both victims and survivors. And episode 235, Halloween. All right, I'm Victor Dudley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 233. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero, and fight on.